In the island of Montanui, there existed a small little builder in Po water. This simple Po Matoran would do carvings in his spare time, carving the finest artworks that he can muster from his own creativity. And he would run across this desert dunes in search for the finest rocks, for the finest sculptures. I am, of course, talking about my very own creation of Maki, which is a Matoran, Po Matoran that I made up. And hello, this is Chibi-chan here, and I made my own rendition of a Dahanga build scene with this Po Matoran, and he is quite posable and very fun to play with. He has great range all in all. And of course, you may have noticed that he also has two right arms. He doesn't have a punching arm, and you're probably wondering, why does he have a punching arm? Why do you give him two right arms? Why is he this abomination? Well, the reason being that is because, well, he's a carver, you know. He doesn't punch rocks. He basically just digs through, you know, and just scavenge for rocks, you know, picks them up and digs for different types of minerals, you know. So I just want him to have hands, you know. He's not a fighter. He's just a handyman kind of deal, kind of like Nuparo, how he ended up with two right arms. I honestly wish that back in 2001, like, they would have released a mold where it's a left hand that also had the fingers, but no, they only had it molded for the right arm, which kind of sucks. I'm just gonna make myself one out of resin or something, because my poor Matoran needs his left arm and not just a right arm. Po Matoran lives matter. Anyways, let's go straight into the articulation.
Has swivel at the feet. You got forward movement and backward movement. Can only go this far. Can go forward this far. But if you twist the waist, you can go back a little bit more due to the clearance. And also, yes, he has a waist rotation that also activates the arm movement. So whenever you go ahead and move the arms back and forth, the arms will move in coordination with the waist movement. Also, he has a little backpack, as you can see, and the arms, they are on swivels, so they are articulated as well to go along with the movement. And furthermore, there is no head movement. There is no head movement, by the way. The head is fixed along with the waist. It's the torso that is being moved. Just the torso. And you can also get your Kaneko disc. Just slide it in here, and then pull back, and it fires it. Let's do that again in slow motion, just for all of you guys. The Chad Matoran versus the Manas. It's not very effective. Run! You probably came here specifically for this big old thing. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So over here you got all the masks over here. So you got the Kakama, you got the Bakari, you got the How, and this is supposed to represent the Mask of Valor. As you can see, there is some stickers that I added, so you know this side goes down, and I tried to go ahead and balance it out by trying to make it more troubled looking, which is why you see these metal bits over here on either side. You got the green, gray over here, got some orange, got some more stickers in the top segment, and over in the back you just see all the gears and all that goody two-shoe stuff. And how you go ahead and set this little guy up is it doesn't matter what orientation you put him in, like how he's posed, because you just simply, only thing you had to do is tap it in, plug this in, there we go, and you had to make sure that this, oh, hold on, and for the entire time you had to make sure this 7 long beam is extended fully. It cannot be compressed down at all. Yes, it's 7 long beam. Write that down if you want to. But remember, there's going to be a review, a how-to possibly of this figure, and you just rotate the crank. And he makes a walking motion, as you can see. The arms move and the legs move in conjunction, and the only thing you have to do is move this little crank over here. Now, if you don't want it to be hand powered by any means, only thing you have to do is grab yourself a power functions motor, a small one at that, and have this gear orientation set up. Simply just plug it in like so, and then just turn this bad boy on, and he starts running. He actually runs. And, of course, I mean, this is by far the most chattest Matoran ever. He gets all the single ladies. All of them. And, of course, if he were to be, let's say, have it... So, I mean, he is... the Ultra Chad, so... Oof. Yes, dabbing is bad, I know, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it! He's doing it! He's dabbing. He's the dabber boy. That's what he is. He gets all the dabs. But of course, while he's doing a dab, you can still plug it in. Okay, well, he's still doing a dab, as you can see. Like, he's twisted. He's obviously twisted, but he straightens himself. Straightens himself just fine. And that's about it for the review segment and posability of this figure.
I just had to say that this figure is fun to play with. He honestly is, even without the stand. And the stand itself, as seen, it has the Nuva mask, the How, Kari, the Kakama, and the supposed mask of Valor. Even though it's just a How. You know, I honestly wish that LEGO made like a official mask of Valor that was a hybrid of all 3 of the masks. That would have been interesting. That would have been cool. Or maybe a gold version of the Nuva. Now, at least that would be like unique in itself, even though it would just be a How, but having it be gold, you know, that would be awesome. Yeah, I try to go with a very like tribal-like feel with the stand, you know, which is why you see, you know, axons, axe pieces, and as well as masks going down the sides, you know, even though at the same token it gives an industrialized feel. My original plan of this was it actually being made out of Lego bricks. So basically it will basically have like a stone architectural feel, as well as some treads that will go in where the Matoran would run, so that it will look like as if he's actually running across the desert as he's looking for resources in this harsh environment. But you know, there's not enough space to compensate for that kind of mechanism in that actual stand itself, because of how compact I made it, and also those armatures need a lot of spacing for it to actually function the way it's supposed to, which is why there is hardly 0 to none clearance to allow for any kind of track, like any type of tread, to go ahead and put some system elements on. I wanted to look impressive. Sadly, I didn't have the Legos. Maybe when I get the Legos that I actually need, the actual Lego bricks, even though I never picked up Lego bricks in years. But I believe that having Lego bricks and creating an architectural design, probably with some Matoran language written all throughout it in the form of stickers, now that would be interesting to see. And I think that would elevate the piece a lot more further. But as of now, I'm very happy with it as is. I have a Tahunga that runs, and it kind of reminds me of Minog. And man, it just makes my my inner child jump up and down with glee just seeing this little guy run on this little stand. But yeah, the only downside with this figure is everything is flimsy. Like the legs especially are the flimsiest. They do not hold a pose. They have 0 to none friction, but yet again, if there were friction, then it will be difficult for this figure to run, which is why these are loose and only held by a pin. But nonetheless, I think it looks cool. And also, due to how the back axle connects onto the back, it kind of recreates a backpack. I tried to make it look like a backpack so that it doesn't like, oh, obvious plug for stand here kind of thing. I wanted to look unique in its own form. Anyways, I think that is about it for this video. So if you liked it, be sure to leave a like. That's how I know what videos you like and do not like. So anything helps. Honestly, anything helps. So anyway, also, you can find me in all sorts of social media as well, such as Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and the TTV message boards. And also, furthermore, I have Discord. So if you guys want to go ahead and chat with me over on Discord, the link to that server is down in the description below. So be sure to check that out as well. And without further ado, I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys. Also, Patreon. Check out my arts and stuff.